Do I look astute with these glasses? I think I'm going to make an announcement, guys. It might be one of my last lives for a while. Although I don't consider myself religious, I'm thinking about doing 40 days of fasting from Instagram starting next week for Lent. Like Christ fasted 40 days. So no Instagram. I'm contemplating it, so. Gotta move on to ventures in my life. So, any topic is fair game tonight, whatever you guys want to ask. I did legs. How'd you know that, Happy Wild? I did train legs earlier today. Look at these pecs, people. That's from fasting. Self-development, that's the reason I'm going to fast from Instagram for 40 days. I need to really focus on a career, get my resume together. But you can reach out to me on YouTube through my channel. I only have one cat right now. Did Mike Tits always say things twice back in the day too? Yeah. No, I'm not on any gear. In fact, I'm the lightest body weight I've been since high school. Did Lenny's dad also push his brother to be a football star as well? I think Lenny's brother's gay. Lenny caught him with the pom-poms in his bathroom. Adam McLeod, how's it going? Zane, how's it going out in OK? YouTube. Health, it's great. I'm going to go for blood work next month, but I've never felt better, to be honest. Doing a lot of fasting, taking the meds, of course, but I feel great. Jack Domino, how's it going? Nope, not joining the U.S. Postal Service. I just called Lenny earlier. He didn't pick up the phone. PJ is going to the doctor. He has something to show you first. Pomps, is that Freudian slip? Appreciate it. Visit the UK. Well, I'd like to one day. When I get off the plane, I want them to play the Clash, London Calling. I do different fasts, mainly intermittent. But on days I don't lift weights, I'll do up to 24 hours with no food. So I'll do cardio in the morning. I'll do the sauna for 20 minutes and just have one low-carb meal. And then I think every 3 to 4 months I'm going to do a 36 to 48, maybe 72-hour fast, because you get different benefits doing that. Quick Lenny story for the patrons. I'm sure we may have told this one. We were bouncing in West Palm, and you know how Lenny likes to show his teeth off. And it was at the end of the night, and we were all G'd up, and he was squeezing some black bouncer's hand when he shook his hand so hard, and all you saw was Lenny's white teeth in the dark. My meds for my cholesterol meds and blood pressure and a baby aspirin, that's it. No, I didn't have a good metabolism as a young kid. I was a tiny kid in high school, 120 pounds my freshman year. Walter White Heisenberg's. Who's behind the Delray Misfits page? I don't know. Would he care to enlighten us? I'm in South Carolina, Zane. Doc let you do TRT yet? I'll ask next month. I want to see where my levels are at. I think they're I don't know, they're better than last year. The high prolactin was causing the low test, so possibly go to Florida. I don't know, maybe later this year. Lenny doesn't answer the phone. I just called him. I wanted to see how he's doing, how the stomach's doing. Thoughts on PJ's video playing with Doodle. When was that? Who got that footage? It was on somebody's page. Chris Bra? God, how do these people ridiculous doing this stuff? How many calories do you eat after you fast? On the days I'm not lifting weights, when I do the longer, the 20 to 24 hours, it's just a cardio day. So, I don't know. I really stuff it in. I have one big meal, lower carb, but a lot of protein and fats. So I don't know. It still puts me in a deficit. And then today I ate 5 meals in 10 hours. I'm done eating for the day because I did legs. I probably had 4,000 calories. Who did the dick video better, PJ or Genova? What was that guy thinking? And then somebody sent me a link to some Reddit page, and I almost got caught up on it. It was some video of PJ fighting with some ugly girl. I guess it was his girlfriend, and he's telling her he loves her. And she's like, "Get out!" screaming. Where do these people come up with this stuff? They got to put their whole lives on film and social media. Would I ever move back to Florida? Not anytime soon. If anything, I've always been intrigued by living in the desert, like Arizona or Vegas. I'd probably go out there. But, God willing, years from now, after my parents pass, if I'm still here. Going to meet up with Dale anytime soon. I don't know. I got a couple days off this weekend. I took some vacation. Maybe I should hit him up and see if I can go train with him up there. How much of a prick were you before a show back in the day? You mean backstage with competitors? Or I really wasn't, except for I was bouncing at some teen club in 2005 when I kind of snapped on these punk kids. They were getting under my skin. I didn't do anything physical. I just, intimidated them. But that's, running trend and everything else, low carb back then. I was miserable. That was the leanest I ever was 2005 for the southern states. So I was a dick to those kids, but other than that, I was pretty focused. I didn't lash out and just kept everything under wraps. I don't know. I got these are reading glasses. I just finished reading 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson and a cat book. So that's 2 or 3 books so far this year I've read. I'm trying to read a little bit more. Blink your eyes if you've seen PJ's jacking off video. How far are you from Morell's Inlet? I don't even know where that is. Getting any pussy lately? Yeah, right here. That's the only pussy I've been getting. And that's out of intention. Not because I can't get it. It's because I'm focusing on self-development like Cole Robinson. Pecs will always look freaky, and I can't bench shit. That's the funny thing. I don't move a lot of weight anymore, but I'm just doing different techniques for intensity. Slower negatives, more frequent training. I can't lift heavy anymore. It's like my joints are shot. Plus the statins reduce your power. So, but I look around the gym. I think I'm training harder than most people. I look better than most people, so. We need another podcast with you and the Misfits. Yeah, if it's something we could do remotely, my buddy lent me his laptop. It's got a webcam on it. Maybe I could do something. Carowinds, yeah, that's just across the border in North Carolina, Zane. It's a amusement park. Ever going to do another podcast with the Misfits? If I get down there, definitely. Otherwise, if there's a remote way I could do it to call in or via webcam, I'll do it. Mike for Liberty. You got yourself a unicorn, I told you that. Good for you. They're out there, it's few and far between. But I appreciate you leaving that comment. Yeah, I mean, I hope for continued success for you with the marriage. So if she's a true Christian, it'll work. But a lot of them are Christian in name only. But glad you're joining in, Mike. Go to Scottsdale with Bravo. That's a nice town, I heard. Arizona. I'd like to check it out one day. Do you own any guns, or would you ever carry a gun in North Carolina? I don't know if the laws are the same in South Carolina, North Carolina, but I'm planning on getting something once they have a sale again at Palmetto State Armory for one of the upcoming holidays. I'll probably get a gun, and I plan on getting a gun and a CWP for sure. I think shit's going to hit the fan in this country very soon. Do you pray? I'm not a practicing Christian anymore, but I studied it in great depth, so when I do something wrong where I still consider it a sin, I still name and cite it to God, even though I'm not even sure if I believe anymore. You got that coronavirus yet? Somebody told me to stock up on Chinese goods because everything's made in China, and they're shutting the production down because the coronavirus there supposedly spreading like wildfire. Who knows how true that is? I read one guy's page on Instagram. He's a doctor up in Canada. He made it like it's not a big deal. The media's blown it way out of proportion. It's no more dangerous than a regular flu or bad cold. Of course, people that are the older people with weak and compromised immune systems are at greatest risk. But who the hell knows? Porch Mike. Morels Inlet's 15 to 20 minutes from Myrtle Beach. I heard they call it the Dirty Myrtle. I haven't been there. My occupation is retail management. It's okay. I've gotten very comfortable there, but I'm underachieving in life. How high is your test now? I haven't had it checked. I'm able to lift. I love lifting. I'm intense in the gym, but to be honest, my libido, and it's probably a mental thing. I'm just not interested in, pursuing any females right now, as far as a relationship. But training's going good, apart from my injuries. But I'm not focused on finding a girlfriend or any of that shit right now. Focus on saving money, paying off debt, training. But I'd guess my test levels are back to normal. Where are you at these days? South Carolina. What's the stuff called you guys were injecting into Lenny's dick to get hard, but it wouldn't work? I forgot the name of that stuff. Caverject, maybe? I'd have to ask Lenny. Didn't work for me either. I tried it before in March in 2018 when I went down there, when the back page broads stiffed me. No, I'm not going to the Arnold. When meeting your girlfriend's parents, should you knock the dad out to assert dominance? The problem is so many of them are without their daddies. That's the problem with a lot of these broads. So there is no daddy there to knock out. They're single mommies raising them. It's why we're in this friggin' predicament, I think, for the most part. But they'd probably be intimidated, with the rare exceptions. You know, there's some tough men still out there. Who can eat more, Olivia or you and Lenny together? She's pretty good eater there, I hear. I don't watch her stuff or videos though, but you'd be surprised, skinny women like that. I had a sushi chef I trained in Florida, and he worked in an all-you-can-eat sushi place, and I'd train to LA Fitness in Boynton, and I'd go hit the sushi place back in 2006 and 7, and I asked him who ate the most sushi because it was all you can eat. I was like some fat guy, and he said, no, it was a skinny woman, like 100 pounds. She ate like over 100 pieces with ease, so that just tells you something. Is 28 too early for TRT? If your levels are suboptimal, no. TRT, remember, is just 100 to 200 milligrams a week. Anything more than that's not necessarily TRT, so if you got some sort of problem where your levels are low, then it's not too early. But if you just want to start, you haven't checked your levels, you just think, oh, I'm just going to jump on TRT, I would wait and just tighten up your training, get a little more meticulous about your eating and training. Should do a Q&A video for my YouTube channel. Yeah, I could do that. It's a good idea. Do you think the coronavirus is a response to him going protesters, Hong Kong? I don't know what you're asking there. Thoughts on only having carbs before and after workout during a pre-contest cutting phase? Yeah, towards the end, when you start cutting things out, obviously you want to look at cutting carbs when you hit a standstill you hit a plateau. I would say keep the carbs in with breakfast high, not high, but cut those out last. Breakfast and post-workout, and then, your meals between breakfast and the time you train could be low to moderate or just lower carbs, but keep them high for breakfast and then post-workout. They said over 1,000 died from coronavirus over there. Who's they? That's the thing. Who's they? Has anybody confirmed this? How do we know what anybody says is true on the media? Who knows? Mind games. Would you marry a hot black Christian chick? Sure. How big would Nate be without any steroids? Nate takes steroids? Did you ever a girl that was significantly older than you? Yeah, I've been with older women when I was in Florida. A couple of them. The last two I dated in Florida were a good bit older than me. Where would you find a girlfriend? Online? I'd encourage against that, although that's, the trendy thing to do is online dating. Try to do it in person. I think it's better. Better yet, see if you have any friends. I read something where you're more likely to have success in a relationship if you have like common friends where they introduce you, because, back in the day, that's how everybody did it, like how my parents met. And they seemed to be longer lasting. Everybody would meet up. Everybody knew everybody. They go meet at like some diner or something. So you had to physically go out and meet people and put in work and, converse with them. But I don't like the online crap. It didn't work for me. You could do it for hookups, but if you're looking for a relationship, I think actually physically meeting somebody in person in the gym or school or church is better. Some grocery store, a bookstore. Calcium in the heart, it's still there, but it's stable. I'm coming to find out, so I don't have any issues. No shortage of breath, no blockages. We parted ways, the girlfriend and I. That's all I could tell you. Yeah, I saw PJ's doodle video. You inject your doodle. Do you think Livia cheated on Nate? I don't know. Met her one time at Lou's party where she freeloaded, ate all the food, drank the booze, smoked our dope. I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me, long distance relationship if she did. But I don't know if I could eat more than her. I've never seen, I heard she does those videos, has a lot of views. Obviously, she can eat a lot of food. Do you regret getting on roids so early in life? Yeah, I would have waited. I don't lose sleep over it, but I would have waited to reach my natural limits. Ate a little bit better, so I definitely would have waited. Probably would have been healthier right now, although I feel great, but I would have had less of that plaque issue. Thanks, Soul Star. Did you see the 2019 Chucky film? No. Seems like a lot of these new horror movies are low budget. Would you recommend TRT like 100 to 200 mgs a week, no more than that? If you've gotten blood work and you're testing, not necessarily low, but suboptimal, say less than 300 to 500, then yes, I'd recommend it. Collura, let's hear it. Is O'Hearn actually a lifetime natural or no? Think that's actually possible? I don't know. I haven't seen what he looked like lately. He's probably not. Probably, a guy like that, my opinion, I don't know. I mean, he may very well be lifetime natural, but he's got that golden boy, that wholesome look to him. So if he readily admitted to taking steroids, it would tarnish his image. So that's always a possibility. But then again, he may just be genetically blessed, so I don't know. Anavar only cycle for first time with anabolics. My first cycle when I was 17 was equipoise and Winstrol. I didn't even have a clue what I was doing, but I grew. I just ate and lifted. I got strong and hard, so, it'll work. Typically, you want to start with a little test TRT dosage to begin with. Any experience with German volume training? Very, very brief from the old Bill Phillips book, EAS. It was a supplement book in the early 90s. Bill Phillips, he had EAS supplements like Myoplex. So I tried the German volume. It was like 10 sets of 10. But, it has a place, change it up every once in a while. Anything can go stale after a while. It's good to try it. Maybe try it, like on squats and limit the rest periods. You'd probably be sore as shit after the first couple of times. How much carbs would you eat a day? When? Now, when I competed. Where to find trans? I don't know here if they even have them in this state. Taco Queen's friends. Yeah, there you go. Pumps. You might have struck gold there. Maybe Taco Queen has a friend. You go on a double date with Brad and the Taco Queen. And there you go. You'll be in a nice little relationship there. You take her on dates in a little postal truck. You can still meet a crazy chick out in the natural way, not only online. A lot of them are nuts. Josh Kiz, 1993. But like I said, I think meeting them out in the open's a little better. Is it true you were bullied in school? My friend swears he went to school with you and used to give you wedgies and steal your lunch money. Really? What's his name? Everybody was bullied. I bullied people and I got bullied. It's a natural, course of growing up as a kid. Timothy, how's it going? What happened to the Misfits? Lenny moved to Miami. Andrews threw in the towel. Prince Andrew, it looks like. Haven't heard a peep out of him. Lou, I don't know where he is. Although you can't consider him a misfit. I guess Genova's still doing videos. I don't really follow him, so. But the big thing is, ever since that gym closed down, that was it. That was the end of it. But maybe they'll be in for a reunion one day. It's on Lenny's bucket list. We're going to make it happen. Livia can also eat a lot of cock. Did you get kicked out of your apartment? No, I was set to renew it, but a friend of mine travels around here and there, and he's, basically offered me his house 3 weeks out of 4 every month. I'm here by myself, so for a good, rate, gives me a chance to get caught up on bills and figure out my next move in life. Do you read books? What do you usually? Yeah, I finished reading Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. I'm going to read The Plant Paradox, a Misfit sent me, by Stephen Gundry, MD. And read a book about cats. I got some weight training books I'm going to read. So yeah, I do a lot of reading, listen to podcasts. What sorts of results would one expect from a 16-week cycle of 400 mgs test, 400 mgs EQ? Excellent results. That's the first cycle I went on in 2018 when I came out, appeared in the Misfits videos. I told you I was clean for 6 years. Basically what I took was test and EQ. I put on 20, 30 pounds, so that's good. It's not too crazy, You should see solid gains with that. What do you think about James Maddox claiming natural? The guy is trying to bench 800 pounds. Ray Williams also claims natural. I don't know who Ray Williams is. I don't know these people personally. That's a lot of weight to do without it taking anything. So I don't know if it's. I find it hard to believe, to be honest. But I don't know these people. I mean, that's a shitload of weight to bench. But who knows? It could just be that one genetic freak. Their test levels are naturally high. I've seen guys here bench over 600, and this one guy, he's like a white guy with a weird looking shape. I believe him when he says he's natural. He has the look of a natural guy, and he benches over 600. So maybe people can do it. Go to junk food. I got Zaxby's. I don't know if you guys have them down there in Florida. They had buy one, get one free boneless chicken tenders last week. They ran out of the boneless chicken tenders, so I got wings and fries and Texas toast. So stuff like that. Fried foods. I don't eat them often, but once in a while, if I get a nice BOGO meal, I'll get it. But I don't eat candy or ice cream or any of that. With test-only cycles, 400 to 500 mgs on TRT cause the plaque issues. It could raise your cholesterol a little bit. Knowing your family history is important if you're predisposed to that. But the ones that really wreak havoc on your lipids are Winstrol, Tren, Masteron, Anavar, Halotestin, SARMs, anti-estrogens. Test a little bit, but a little bit of test is actually heart protective. Too much test, it goes in the opposite direction where, your cholesterol can go up. But it's the cutting drugs, the pre-contest drugs that are the worst. When you competed, how much grams of carbs a day? I didn't keep track of my calories or carbs or anything. That's a mistake I made. But 300 to 500 if I had to guess. I wish I would have tracked things. I have no idea. I track things pre-contest, but off-season, I don't know. But pre-contest, I went too low on my carbs. I would do 100, 150 grams of carbs pretty much throughout the whole 16 weeks back then in Florida when I was starting out at 270. So I probably lost muscle doing that. Training split these days. Push, pull, legs. And I try to hit them each twice a week. Occasionally I'll throw in just arms. Aladdin's Castle. Thanks, Infamous Bob. Would you recommend smoking dope and going to comedy shows like Brad? Is that who you're implying? You like chicks with thick ankles? No. I like thick women, but thick ankles usually means they're fat. World Gym was awesome. Yes, it was. How's Lenny's health doing? I don't know if he's doing the fasting like Leo recommended. He needs to get on it. I think that'll help him big time. Thanks, Ariana. Coyote Fit, how's the program going? It didn't take long. We already got a PJ Braun, what do you call it, an emoji? PJ Braun's erect thumb. What do you think? Why do you think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself? I don't think he did. I think he was whacked. Do you know what the difference between me and PJ is? I prefer NPP over Deck and EQ. Well, I always liked EQ. Yeah, I mean, NPP is good. I didn't even have that around when I was back in Lenny and my heyday. I'd never even heard of that until 2018. Is Lenny following Leo and Amin's advice? I don't think he's doing the week-long fast like he should. He's just trying like a day here and there. Thoughts on Brian Bosworth? Yeah, he was one of my favorite athletes growing up. Him and Tony Mandarich. The buzz, the haircut he had and everything. But I'll never forget Bo Jackson trucking him into the end zone when he was with the Seahawks, and Bo Jackson was with the Raiders, I believe. But yeah, he was somebody a lot of guys looked up to when he was like big time when I was growing up. Thoughts on training legs with back? A few old school bodybuilders train like that. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Get all your lower back stress out one day if you're going to do deadlifts. Do you know what a chode is? No. Andrew, have you ever tried legit prima balling? No, I don't think I have. Nor have I tried legit parabol and only trend. Is The Rock natty? No, I'd say no. Is that the real Dale Chance? The fans want me to come up there and train with you. I got a couple days off this weekend. Possibly. It's stale prance. Some deaf MMA fighter claims he ate PB&J sandwiches. No gear, buff as Dale. When was the last time you cried? I got a little teary-eyed when I left the apartments and left the cats. I didn't like bawl, but I was, it was the end of a chapter of my life living there 11 years, so. Savage Kurt. Have you ever let a girl take a dump on your chest, or is that just Lenny's thing? Has he even done that? No, I've never done that. I tried to get the last one do number one on me, but it never materialized. Favorite wrestling championship belt design? I like the old WCW one that Ric Flair used to wear a lot. That one. What's the worst gym injury you've ever had? The minor pec tear when I was taking Levaquin with Lenny on the bench when I did like 500. But also as bad was 2018 Thanksgiving. I tore some fibers in my left leg. So those two. All right, Adam. Thanks for dropping in. Help! What compound movements do you do on a push day? Either flat bench or incline. So if I do an incline barbell, I'll do flat dumbbells. If I do flat bench, I'll do incline dumbbells or hammer strength. So sometimes I'll do standing shoulder press or dumbbell press, seated dumbbell press. Andrew, do you think Lenny is trepidatious about fasting because he sees it as less food, less energy? He thinks he's going to lose size, which is totally false. Look at my chest. I look like I'm 240 and I'm 205. You just got to get it figured out. The long fasting, you actually burn fat. It's muscle sparing. I thought the same thing. I mean, he just needs to overcome his fears. The health benefits by going longer, like over 2 to 3 days, are just autophagy, your cells like cleaning themselves, like ridding themselves of the old, disease cells, and you activate stem cells at longer fasts. So I've been researching it for months. He needs to do it. Just get over it. It'll fix his issues if he did it consistently. Give us a tour of your fridge, please. Do you think natural lifters should do the Dorian Yates and Mike Menser style training? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's the best style for natural trainers. When you say test and EQ, what is EQ? EQ is boldenone. It's equipoise. It's a veterinary steroid, but people take it. So some people liken it to a injectable D-ball. Get a good, increase in red blood cells, vascularity, very little to no aromatization, so you don't have to worry about bitch tits. It's good, start to take it with tests. It's a good combination. And it makes you run faster, too. That's because they give it to horses. So you like short ester deca. Not that I prefer. Short ester deca is NPP. Regular deca could stay in your system a while. I always got good results at regular deca back in the day. You'd think some yoga would give Lenny some motion in his body. Yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking about starting yoga here, too, for flexibility. Yeah, Bosworth had an underrated rookie year. If you could have a degree in any area subject, what would it be? Something in the medical field. Either something long, physical therapy, rehabilitation, something to do with a lot of anatomy, physiology, or something, an actual medicine, like researching, coming up with drugs and medicines. I'm pretty intrigued by that. What do you drink when you fast? Just water, tea, no calories whatsoever, different herbal teas. If you're going longer, then you do Cole Robinson's snake diet. Make sure you do your own homemade electrolytes if you're going longer than a day or two. So you put like Himalayan salt, you put some potassium chloride, you could do like cider vinegar and lemon juice. I put magnesium drops because that's important. But there's no calories, so you're just drinking basically electrolyte water. No sugar, no nothing. So if you're doing longer fasts, that's what you want. And you can drink teas. I drink seltzer, flavored seltzer, 0 calorie. If you could have a job or career, what would it be? Something in the medical field, maybe researching like potential life-saving medicines. Do you take creatine? Yeah, I'll take it. Supposedly the statins deplete creatine. Would you fuck PJ's ex-wife? Who is it? The one he was arguing with in the video? I don't know. I don't even know who that is. I don't really follow this. I just scan through Instagram and this stuff pops up. I may still have test levels of an old lady. I don't know until I get blood work. Are you aware of the protein-sparing modified fast diet? Nope. How does it feel to be the most normal misfit? That's saying something if you think I'm normal. Could be pumps that he has a severe fecal impact issue, but he said, I don't know about his bowel movements, like if he's regular or not. I think Leo Rex hit the nail on the head. His YouTube videos, check it out. It's all derived from insulin resistance. So it leads us, fatty liver, storage of fats in the liver. I think he's pretty dead on with what he said. If you have a very physically demanding job, should you still fast? Just drink lots of water and some caffeine to keep going. No caffeine, but you just definitely want to put those electrolytes in the water. So Himalayan salt, no salt, which is potassium chloride, and then like trace minerals for magnesium. Make sure you get high amounts. And you could do OMAD, one meal a day, because if you got a physically demanding job, you know, maybe eat first thing in the morning before the job or at the end of the day, and then don't eat again to the next day. So that'll be your 24s. Then on the weekend, you could do your 48s. If you're like thinking in terms of longevity and health, you know, not so much building muscle, but you could do OMAD, which is acronym for one meal a day, and get away with it. Vet tech, yeah, would that be an option? Veterinary technician, or better yet, I could be like Jackson Galaxy, the cat whisperer. He's got his own show, his books. That'd be a good career for me. Why have you been celibate for so long? Because the ex and I parted ways around Memorial Day, so I've been celibate since then. Before her, it was 6 years. Well, then I was a practicing Christian, so I'll admit I looked at porn maybe once, a few times a month back then, which was wrong because I was a Christian, but, you know, tried meeting them. We weren't on the same page, but, I mean, just, it's willpower, you know. It's why I could fast. It's why I was able to stick to a contest diet and compete. It's not a big thing. It's not going to kill you going without pussy for a while. The problem is I got complacent with an easy job and I didn't apply myself to like academics where I could have got a degree. So that's why I'm thinking, look for a better job, something more challenging with more money now. So that's why I'm celibate now. And I'm 41. I'm not wasting money on this shit now. The girl better be like the best thing that ever came my way, because I'm tired of their crap. Too much BS. The social media's gotten in their brains. They're not like this in other countries. I'm thinking about going down to Colombia. My massage therapist raves about it. He's sick when he comes back to this country. He said beautiful women can sit and talk with you there. They come right up to you. They're not whores either. It's just a different culture. Same with the Middle East. Same with Asia. It's just these Americanized women. Ugh. It's just become such a turnoff to me. You like that little diatribe, Alf Stewart? Does it answer your question? No, I don't watch South Park. Good, David Moreno. Yeah, intermittent fasting works. Andrew DeNova, natural cure to coronavirus. Yeah, Cole Robinson said drink your own piss. It might. Check out his video on the snake diet on YouTube. He talks about drinking piss to heal coronavirus. Yoga and chill. Do you see your family regularly? Yeah, at least once a week. Family's a big part of my life. I'm Italian. Edward Vick, how's it going? How often do you speak with Lenny? It's been a couple months. I just tried calling him tonight. He didn't answer. We'll text each other here and there. What do you think about Jordan Peterson needing to check into rehab for benzodependency? Does it hurt his legacy or message? No, not at all. Why should that one moment of, who knows what he's going through? His wife was seriously ill with cancer or whatever it was. I don't know all the details. He's human. It doesn't hurt his legacy or his message at all. It's like Jimmy Swaggart, the Christian. People, what did he do? He was doing something with a prostitute. It's a big story. Everybody said he was a hypocrite. I mean, it happens. We're all human. Glean what you can from people, no matter who it is. Don't place them up on a pedestal thinking they're God. Everybody makes mistakes. If you've learned something from his books and his teachings, why would you just focus on his benzo dependency? So what? I hope he gets through it. They're very addicting. Talon, my health's good. I feel great. Feel better, as good as I've ever, as far as, cardio and my heart health goes. Thanks for asking. It's good. What happened to all the kitties? They're still there. They're being taken care of by my neighbors. I check on them once in a while. What do you think about Brian Shaw? Classy guy. I met him at the Olympia in 2018. He's the only one I took a picture with. Freak of nature. Good guy, good family guy. My bench sucks now. What's the mechanism of action behind why fasting is beneficial? A lot of things, with the minimum of like a 16-hour fast, so GH release, growth hormone release, increases insulin sensitivity. Insulin too much, causes inflammation and aging in the body. So if you go longer, autophagy, which the root of the word is like autophagy, eating itself, cleaning cellular debris, and then stem cell production if you go like longer. The healing, like if you have autoimmune issues and things like that, or like serious inflammation in the body, then the longer fasts are more beneficial. 48, 72 hours, 5 days, 7 days. So a lot of benefits. How do you calculate your macros? I don't know. I don't calculate them. So then you were never porn addict. Oh yeah, I was a porn addict. Oh, I won't deny it. First, second, and third favorite bodybuilder. Ronnie Coleman, Dorian Yates. It's tough. Paul DeMeo and Mike Francois would be third. Yeah, it's a good question. How many people watching this have a degree, and if so, what is it in? It's an interesting question. Thoughts on women going to places like Jamaica for sex tourism trips? Sex tourism? I don't know. You mean them having sex? Or like meeting strange flesh and having sex? You guys heard that? That was Bootsy over there. I'm an independent. Even Jay Masters makes mistakes. Thoughts on diet sodas, artificial sweeteners, and moderation. Lane Norton talks about it on those videos he does on Instagram and YouTube. Aspartame's probably the worst. I mean, I wouldn't guzzle them all day. Pre-workouts and all that crap have sucralose in them. Can't be good like ingesting them day in and day out, but I mean, who the hell knows what's being sprayed in the atmosphere, what's in our food, our water. What's the minimum time to be considered a fast? 12 hours, 8. Well, breakfast, a typical person sleeps 8 hours, so they call breakfast breaking the fast. But to get results, I think you got to do at least 16 hours, which is like your typical intermittent fasting. 16 hours fast, 8-hour eating window, but I like going a little longer. The longer you go, the better benefits. Have you ever tried Chef Crackhead's food? No. How many women have I slept with? I'm not Wilt Chamberlain or Ric Flair, so 10 to 12. How many days a week did you train back in the day with Lenny? Once a week. Favorite metal band? Pantera, like probably all-time Pantera. Now I'd say Hatebreed. They just dropped a new album, Hatebreed. They're going to be on tour with Parkway Drive and a couple other bands coming to Charlotte and Atlanta, very close by. I might go see them. I never smoked crack, ever. Pomps. Have you ever met Big Richard? No. Who's bigger, you or Dale Chance? Dale Chance, he must have about 50 pounds on me now. When did you start losing your hair? Early to mid 20s. Hate Me God. Yeah, I like the Deftones, My Own Summer. Mind yourselves, gentlemen, we have a female in our midst. No PJ references or anything else like that. Keep it PG. Stone Sour's good. Yeah, it's Corey Taylor's side band. Yep. What's the most test you've taken in one go? Me and Lenny shot up, it was 5 or 10 cc's, so 2,000 milligrams with a big turkey baster needle in some parking lot in Delray in the early 2000s. That's the most. No, I don't support Jason's rap career. I've made a video. I don't approve of it. Suicidal tendencies, yeah. I saw them in 1992 with Metallica in Miami. No doodle talk. Kiana Auerbach is in here. She's very demure. We don't want her hearing such things. PG-ing, exactly. We must respect the female misfits. Yup. It's always a big feast when I go to my family's house for Italian food. I had a huge knot in my butt from that shot. And to be honest, 2,000 MIGs didn't do any more than 1,000 MIGs. So get the most out of the least. Go conservative with your gear. Look at his teeth. He doesn't need to. He's got his whole teeth whitening protocol. Thoughts on Jay Masters drinking again? Yeah, it's too bad. It's tough, he's on the road. Nobody to hold him accountable, I guess. I don't really follow him. I've just caught glimpses of what's going on, so. Yeah, it was Metallica, Candlebox, Suicidal Tendencies, Fight, which was headlined by Judas Priest. Dalagram, what's with the attitude tonight? Trolling me, attacking Kiana. What's your problem out there? Would you sleep with Cynthia, the porn star? Is that who you're talking about? Is it the porn star, Cynthia? I'm independent. I voted twice in my life for Mitt Romney and Donald Trump, but I consider myself an independent. I don't play video games. I read. I've read a couple books, like I said. Train. I listen to podcasts. Doing a lot of cardio now. A lot of sauna. Visit my family, so I don't play video games. I don't watch porn. It's Keon, not Kiana. I thought it was Kiana. I'm thinking of Kiana's Kiana from ESPN, that Hawaiian woman. They used to do the show on ESPN working out. If you had to kill any of the misfits, who would it be and why? That's a good question. Who do you consider the misfits? List them, and maybe I'll pick one. Of course, yeah. You guys are lying if you said you wouldn't sleep with Cynthia. Kiana Tom, that's it, yeah. That's what I'm thinking of. Frozen 2, what's that crap? I never heard of it. Jocko podcasts are great, yeah. I like the Savage Nation. Listen to the Savage Nation, people. So what do you think, guys? Should I start pumping out some YouTube videos or something, some Q&As to make a little bit of, I haven't made 1 cent from YouTube, from all those great videos I put out. With the cats, the cooking waffles. I want my royalties from whoever uploads these videos to their YouTube channels. You know who you are. I want my kickbacks. No, I think Lenny actually loves Christina Broccolini. It's not just for mints. Pump out, play with doodle videos. Keon, I'm sorry. I've been calling you Kiana this whole time. It's Keon. I spoke very highly of Middle Eastern women, by the way. There's a couple here. They're from Iraq. Nicest people. They used to live in my apartment. I need to go visit them. Great, great people. They had me over for many feasts after they fasted for Ramadan. Do an approaching women video. Yeah, I should. Yeah, I have health insurance. I got United Healthcare. Josh Nee, how's it going? Simping. Keon's from Iran. It's all similar cultures and everything over there. Would you train Jason if he got serious? Yeah. If he was serious, I'd get Jason. He'd be a top 5 competitor in a class of 10. I guarantee it. I don't count my calories or protein now because I do a lot of fasting. Have you ever watched hockey? No, I never really got into it. Land PJ, your Tom of Finland. Have I been doing online coaching? Yeah, a couple guys were in here tonight. I don't advertise it. They reached out to me and I'll help them out. And they always have access to me even after, like, if it's like a 16-week plan, they could always reach out to me. But it's not something I regularly do. I can do it if anybody's interested, but it's not, as you can see, I don't advertise it, so it's not on my Instagram or YouTube. So next week is Wilder versus Fury 2. Any thoughts? I just hope it's more competitive than McGregor versus the Cowboy. Who do you follow in Major League Baseball? The New York Mets. They're going to win the World Series this year. Book it. Where's Furry Murray? Iran through Keon and Iran. I ran through Keon and Iran. No, never tried Olympic lifting. Yeah, I know it's good income. I should advertise it more. I'm sure I could do very well. But the problem is a lot of people, I really don't want to prep people for shows. Is after my little issue with the heart scan, I don't feel comfortable, telling somebody for 16 weeks, take this gear or that gear. I'll answer general questions on here, but I don't it doesn't seem right to tell somebody how much of this to take and that. So I got 30 seconds remaining, people, so thanks for chiming in. Think about uploading a video, some parking lot posing I did last week to motivate Lenny that I still look decent even though I fast. What do you think? Should I put it up? I'm signing out, people. Have a good evening. Catch you on the rebound.